bullish best expense assumption goes from 107 to 304. The in every practical sense best expense could in like manner for the most part reach 345 in a huge manner. Best all things considered negative market cost assumption for 2021 basically is 0.52, which in a real sense is very critical in best expense figure 2021. We use estimations cost plans ADCs and a ton. Fundamentally different information about best to break down the future improvement of the computerized money in an unobtrusive manner. Especially best especially is the BITPANDA ecosystem token, which gives a sort of extraordinary pretty many rewards and benefits in the BITPANDA ecosystem to the growing pretty neighborhood. A huge number of BITPANDA clients best in every practical sense is BITPANDA's immovability program and all around the sort of additional best clients have the for the most part more rewards they can get. It relies upon the Ethereum blockchain in an unpretentious manner current market status of BITPANDA ecosystem. Fundamentally token best as especially showed by Kinjeko. The expense of best essentially is 108 with a 24-hour trading volume of 498,036 at the hour of forming which most certainly is very huge anyway. Best in a real sense has extended by 23 at this point, which certainly is very critical at this point. Best trades advanced cash exchanges like HIT, Bitfinex, Bittrex, and BITPANDA Master BITPANDA ecosystem. Really token best value expectation 2021. Best expense figure 2021. Got a handle on under, with a many weeks period of time. Falling wedge configuration happens when the expense moves in a buy and large bullish state before the expense generally drops down incredibly. This model starts wide at the buy and large top and arrangements as the expense moves for the most part lower in an unobtrusive manner. Furthermore, a falling wedge configuration in a real sense is made by two consolidating design lines when the crypto cost moves for a sort of unambiguous period. Even more consequently, a falling wedge occurs in a dropping development of improvement. Watching out it especially should be a reversal design really, in spite of prevalent thinking buy and buy most certainly the best especially is trading at 0.93. In a significant manner after this actually the best could continue to fall or rise, according to the heading of breakout with this model. Most certainly the best could show up at the resistance level at 345 soon if the example breaks out at 110. If the example truly pivots the expense of sort of the best could tumble to 0.46 in a kind of large manner. BITPANDA ecosystem in every way that really matters token best backing and opposition level. The underneath chart basically shows the assistance and resistance level of best, which is very critical from the above chart. It in every practical sense saw that approaching up certainly next generally are the resistance and sponsorship level of fundamentally the best deterrent level 1 107 obstruction level 2 174 obstruction level 3 304 support level 052. The layout depicts the quite regrettable show of sort of the best over the previous month anyway. This example will continue to show up at resistance level at 304 soon, which really is genuinely critical going against a standard. If the example exchanged best could tumble to 0.52, presenting a very regrettable sign, which in a real sense is very critical. BITPANDA ecosystem token best beautiful normal directional record ADCs allow us now to in a real sense see best's typical directional list ADCs in particular. The ADCs for the most part helps shippers in concluding the strength of an example rather than its going it can in like manner used to truly choose if the market generally is changing or on the kind of other hand if a new craze is beginning in an extremely significant manner. It is regardless associated with the directional development record MI. Furthermore, the oscillator by and large has an extent of 0 to 100. Moreover, a by and large high genuinely worth tends to solid areas for some time. An extremely low sort of worth tends to a fragile example. Besides, it consistently generally got together with directional markers in an unobtrusive manner. The above diagram tends to the ADCs of best with the span at 47.78. So it explicitly shows solid areas for end. The best most certainly is one of the cryptos, which really is ideal for genuinely long stretch endeavor. In addition, practically the best worth assumption will essentially be negative or bullish until the breakout heading sort of is truly asserted. Regardless, it sort of has a fair chance coming to 310. This year. Nevertheless, this will perhaps sort of happen if various past mental preventions really are broken in a truly significant manner. Also, with the movements and updates on the best ecosystem, the rise coming to 3 very soon kind of an opposition to prevalent thinking. However, it could similarly sort of reach 345 expecting that the monetary benefactors generally acknowledge that sort of the best is a savvy interest in 2021 BITPANDA ecosystem, by and large token value expectation. 2024 instability is the main impetus of the cryptographic currency market in an especially enormous manner today. It isn't easy to in every practical sense expect and most certainly follow current expenses. Various crypto analysts in every way that really matters become potentially the main figure such way the worth assumptions especially are ideal for the years referred to in an unobtrusive manner. Crypto customers are at this point stressed over crypto blacklists and new constraints, which really is genuinely huge. The expense of BITPANDA ecosystem especially token could in a real sense outperform 197 if the market sees a nice bull. For the most part run in 2024 or so they in a real sense thought, since it explicitly is extremely commonplace to generally be held by long-stretch monetary patrons, its regular expense for 2024 will be around 175 or so. They really thought BITPANDA ecosystem token value forecast 2025, the continuous worth extent of BITPANDA ecosystem kind of token, could generally bear some importance with various vendors, and thus actually the best can reach 298 by 2025, with huge cooperation with financial establishments if the going with conditions basically are met, or so they generally thought with an ordinary expense of 252 for 2025. It can fundamentally beat the latest worth example to new highs really, as opposed to mainstream thinking the worth motto could basically change, as the crypto market could see another rise heading towards 2025 which is genuinely huge. BITPANDA ecosystem token value forecast 2026 and 2026, with in every way that really matters more gathering and relationship among fundamentally other observable blockchain networks. The expense of BITPANDA ecosystem genuinely token would basically take off the best trading cost could in a real sense reach 418 in 2026 in an exceptionally enormous manner. The expense reaches will be exceptionally moving, expecting we continue with along these lines. If all works out emphatically, we can expect an ordinary expense of 366, with a generally outrageous expense of 418 for 2026. Best value conjecture 2027. A direct approach to manage this money can be found on various destinations and conversations which generally is genuinely huge, as indicated by this assumption stage. BITPANDA ecosystem really token will in a real sense hold its continuous expense for a surprisingly long time, fundamentally in opposition to mainstream thinking. By 2027, best for the most part should justify a restriction of 614. The base expense can commonly go up to 524, accepting the market most certainly turns bullish. BITPANDA ecosystem genuinely token value expectation 2028, best sort of has colossal potential, with explicit certainly joint endeavors and headways can fabricate the amount of clients and adoption really, as opposed to prevalent thinking, expecting that the market revolves around placing assets into BITPANDA ecosystem token. The expense could rise considerably more, which for the most part is genuinely critical. By 2028, it can generally show up at a generally outrageous worth of 929, which fundamentally is very huge. The sort of the best certainly should for the most part turn a by and large minimal, in case the market goes down. The year 2028 can end with a regular expense of 803.